I have a secret. I love Skid Row.
How often does crazy shit pop off around here?
I'm surprised you haven't seen nothing now.
Watch out, poop, watch out, poop.
And the drunk driver ran a red light, hit me twice, threw me 20 feet, and then ran me over again.
What? They killed a guy in his tent. His name was Africa.
Skid Row, Los Angeles. 50 square blocks of homeless people. And probably the scariest place I've ever filmed. In 2 instances, people threatened to stab us just because we looked them in the eye. Here, we explore the beauty and the pain of Skid Row.
Hello everybody, I'm Tommy G, and today we're going to Skid Row, Los Angeles. Now Skid Row is probably one of the most famous homeless encampments in the United States, and to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to be talking to a lot of people that have a high degree of mental illness, drug use, just people that are unpredictable. But I'm interested to hear people's stories. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and you have one bad medical injury, or you have one bad visit to the hospital. That could be me, that could be you. I want to hear people's stories, and I want to see what it's like in this world. We're live. Alright, and I'm here with...
See,
Okay, and where are we, C?
downtown Skid Row.
So what can you tell us about Skid Row?
Skid Row is mixed with a combination of people, you know, mental health, drug addiction, and then there's people that just stepped out of society. But there's also a place that you can get yourself together because they have a lot of resources. Job training sources, get you a job.
Now, sir, I gotta be honest, when I have my cup of coffee in the morning, I got to go immediately. Is it easy to find a good bathroom around here?
Yeah, all the little parks have restrooms, the missions has restrooms.
So one thing I'm really curious is how you choose your neighbors around here.
Yeah, all the little parks have restrooms, the missions has restrooms.
So one thing I'm really curious is how you choose your neighbors around here. Like, do you know the people that are in each of the different...
You usually do, or if you don't, you get to meet them, excuse me.
Because you gotta have a kind of a level of trust, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
How often does crazy shit pop off around here?
I'm surprised you haven't seen nothing now.
Really?
Every minute, 2 minutes.
What should we be expecting?
If you hear something loud or people arguing, pay attention.
We'll see. We appreciate it. Take care, man. Have a good day.
Right.
Sir, how long has Skid Row been like this?
I don't know. I wound up down here after the murders and all.
So, sir, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is 60% of Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck, which means we're all one bad medical accident from experiencing this ourselves. Right. What would you say about that?
Things can take a turn so fast in our life. This year with the pandemic, I've lost a lot of some sisters, brothers.
From COVID?
And I came to believe that sometimes our last breath could be our best breath.
Ooh.
My sister was on the floor with the legs. They amputated her legs. She had severe COVID. Thank God she never came through.
Sir, can I first also say, I love the Crocs. You are styling right now.
Compared to the people down here, I'm living like Thanksgiving. Pick up. Don't film over there. That's Skid Row. When I get harassed down in Skid Row, I don't do anything because Skid Row will handle that.
Here lies Sheba the dog
who protected homeless women sleeping alone in their tents.
So in this beautiful garden, they feed a lot of people in the area, people that have dedicated their lives to service. A cool little patch of sanctuary and peace. And now let's keep going with our adventure. So guys, it's kind of an unusual thing. It's like on one end, watch out poop, watch out poop. On one end, there's a nice sense of calm in the air, but on the other end, there's kind of a sense that at any moment, shit could kind of pop off. Alright, I'm Tommy and I'm here with...
Can't tell you.
And tell me where we're at.
Skid Row.
And how would you describe this place?
I want to describe this place as a place where you can be yourself. There is no judgment, you feel me? And you can be whoever you want to be without being looked at different or down.
So there's a sense of freedom here.
Yes, it's the sense of being free, just being able to be yourself.
Okay. If you were mayor of the city, what would you do about Skid Row? How would you improve it? How would you make it better?
I think that question is beyond mine, okay? So I don't want to answer that.
Gotcha. How do you choose where you're going to live around here?
You pretty much find your comfort. You find your comfort zone. You find your happy spot.
I will say this is the most poop I've ever seen on the ground, and you have to be careful where you step. I'm here with
Bradley Goodrich.
And Bradley, tell us where we are right now.
You're at Death Row. You're on the corner of 6th and South San Pedro.
Why do you call this Death Row?
Because people die every day, the homeless, from crack. They ruin their organs, and they just die a slow, painful death.
Okay, and you were talking that you want to get an audience with Kamala Harris.
Right.
What would you tell her if she was here right now?
Give them reparations so they can support themselves and businesses, so they don't have to keep coming back with a handout.
Everyone here reparations, or specifically the black population, or
white, whoever needs it.
And how much would you say is the amount that
$1 trillion.
Each person?
No. Total.
You would specifically put that $1 trillion in just this community or around the country?
Around the country.
Okay.
For housing whoever is needy. Women, battered children, orphans, widows.
Okay, and do you think that would solve...
That solves everything. Give them a place to work, they can support themselves, provide for their families. That's what everyone wants to do. That's what God charges us to do.
So in that $1 trillion, would you say that there's something in there that addresses mental health and addiction?
Exactly. Most of the people out here have mental health issues. There's a guy with a sword out here.
Hey, dog.
Midnight mission. Swinging the sword, that was an accident and waiting for him to kill somebody. And he's just crazy. He's paranoid, schizophrenic, thinks people are attacking him.
So how is Skid Row divided?
You got your mental health and you got your drug addicts. Most is crystal meth, opioids. When black people get it, they're dirty, dangerous, felony criminals.
Like crack versus cocaine, that thing.
When white people get it, it's like an epidemic.
Yeah.
Now we got to do something about it.
I have one question on that, the reparations thing. Mm-hmm. So if someone's an addict and they have poor spending habits, do you feel like no matter how much the money you give them...
Anybody can learn, you got to teach them. And they're always trying to pick somebody up. It's an overdose. 9 times out of 10, somebody's overdosed. They hit them with the Narcan and bring them back. And then all the other people say, that's good shit. It almost killed him. I need to go get it.
So what's the drug of choice?
Crack and meth mix. They don't need help. They need to help themselves. Watch. I tell you.
Do you think the truth's somewhere in the middle sometimes?
Yes. Yes, it is. Because some people don't want to help themselves. A lot of people like living in this lifestyle.
All right, a gentleman just threatened to kill me. So heart rate's up a little bit. There's shouting going on, but breathe and keep walking. Alright, so first thing, sir, a couple people have wanted to get in an altercation just because we make eye contact. How often does that happen around here?
I'd say about 25%.
And what do you do when that happens?
Step back and say, are you all right?
It sounds like some people just want to be heard, and they have some demons they're trying to get off their chest a little bit.
Sometimes.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's what it does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We give each other this. We're friends.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened?
I was walking across the street one day in a crosswalk, and a drunk driver ran a red light, hit me twice, threw me 20 feet, and then ran me over again.
What?
I was in a coma for 34 days, a convalescent hospital for 3 years, and I've been in a level 4 medical assisted living facility for 12.
Did that guy ever get caught?
He did 4 months in jail and got deported, so it was just one of those things. He was drunk, and he ran a red light.
So he hit you, you got flung, and then as you got flung, he went over again.
Right.
My golly. And how old were you?
I was in my 40s.
And have you been here ever since?
Yeah.
So how would you describe this area in a couple sentences?
Each person carries a story about their family and how it brought them here. And when you listen to them, you go, wow, that's really great. We have a lot of people coming from all over the country to here.
How often do you feel in danger here?
I don't feel in danger.
It sounds like you have a good place to sleep.
I do. I'm in boarding care. But a lot of people sleep on the ground. The police truly care for people and protect them. They don't mind stopping by and saying, how are you doing? They're always looking to help.
Thank you, sir.
What used to be thought of as crack cocaine, it's not crack anymore.
What is it?
Penicillin.
So you're saying crack
It's
cocaine
no
is
longer
not...
crack, it's not cocaine anymore. It's penicillin, which is fantastic.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's helping people more than it hurts.
Interesting.
It doesn't hurt anybody anymore. It actually helps heal them.
Okay. That's a theory I haven't heard. I'm Tom, and I'm here with...
Brenda Michelle Bryan. I sleep over there and I panhandle all up and down here.
How do you choose where you're going to sleep and set up shop?
Nobody sleeps over there, so I picked that spot.
Do you ever worry about your safety?
No, I don't. Sometimes I do. I worry about my safety, but not all the time.
So what's the best part about Skid Row, and what's the worst part about Skid Row?
That they feed you, and the worst part is that they close too early.
They close too early? Yeah. Oh, the missions?
Yeah.
How late do you wish they were open to?
All night, like midnight mission.
Do they let people sleep there ever?
Yeah, but you have to get a bed and stuff.
Is it first come, first serve?
Yeah.
How early do you have to go if you want a bed?
You got to be there at 7:30.
About what time do you go to bed?
I go to bed about 11:30.
Oh, so you're a bit of a night owl, huh?
Yeah.
So if you were mayor of the city, what would you do?
I would hire more trash can hours to keep the trash like that cleaned up.
Too much trash around here?
Yeah, too much trash.
How did you find yourself here, and when did you start living here?
I don't know, I don't remember, but I don't want to talk no more.
Okay. Hey there, Kenny. How you doing today?
Okay, I'm doing okay.
So Kenny, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long you been here at Skid Row?
Actually, I just got to Skid Row. I would come to visit, but I'm actually a resident now. About 2 months now. There's some circumstances that I guess brought me here.
Do you mind going a little more into what brought you here?
Drug addiction to be blunt, yeah.
You look very healthy. I mean, tell me, like, I guess, when did the drug addiction start, and how did things go downhill from there?
Okay, well, I had a pretty normal childhood. A nice family, good family unit. I guess there was, like, no supervision, so I was running around and doing whatever I wanted after school, and so I started going to my friend's house, and they, of course, was doing drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine.
Okay. So you were a party guy?
Well, not at first. I was against it. I was telling them not to do it. And then curiosity, I guess,
kills the cat sometimes, right?
And I tried it, and yeah, that was it. It was done. And it was off and on from there. But as I got older, the relapse got closer and closer.
And is cocaine your main squeeze even now?
Cocaine, or crack.
Okay. What is your journey looking like? Where do you see yourself going, or what would it take? I mean, where do you want your life to be?
Well, there's a lot of things that I'm very concerned about. Like, I have a son, and I always told myself I would never be that guy that just abandons him, and I'm doing exactly that, and that's kind of messing with me a little bit.
You seem smart. You seem like you're clear-headed. What do you think it would take to get back on track?
I don't know. I've been trying program after program, and it just doesn't seem to work. Might be like some mental health thing that you have to take care of. Yeah. And I've been avoiding that because I guess my culture, Japanese, we are very stubborn, very proud. So for me to admit that I have a mental health problem is very difficult. I'm avoiding that.
You had a relatively normal childhood. You wouldn't say, oh, it was because of my bad childhood that this is happening. It was just, it came into your life and took a hold of you?
Now that I look back at my childhood, yeah, my childhood was very, like, my brother was very abusive, not very supportive, and I spent my whole life blaming him for my outcome. There's a point where you have to just let that go and move on.
Are you still in touch with him today?
No, we haven't talked for like 20 years.
Does your family have any idea where you are?
Not right now.
Because you seem like you have it together. I've talked to a lot of different people here, and you seem like you could start a business. You could you could do a lot of different things with yourself. How is it living in an area that's very volatile? What is it like for you?
It's difficult because I'm not used to this, so I'm adjusting every day, learning things every day of how you have to kind of survive out here.
Have you had a dangerous experience?
Oh yeah.
What
I've
happened?
Been robbed. I've been chased after. And
broad daylight, night, all times.
Anytime. It could be anytime.
Have you found groups of people to align yourself with for protection, or are you a lone wolf right now?
Kind of a lone wolf, sort of.
Where do you find a place to sleep?
Wherever I can.
Outside or the mission?
Outside, the sidewalk, someone's tent.
And how would you say that Skid Row is divided? Like, is it by drug? Is it by race? By mental health?
It looks like the drugs. That side is more the cocaine side. The other side is San Pedro. This side is more the heroin and the fentanyl, the meth.
If you could get sober, what would you want to do with your life?
I actually sobered out 13 years, and I was working for Canon, and I started from the bottom, worked my way up. I was doing very well.
So you relapsed after 13 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing about me is the one problem I have is this drug addiction, because when I'm sober, I thrive.
It seems like.
Sky's the limit, yeah. But as soon as I do drugs, everything's gone.
Is this your setup? Whose hot tub is this?
It's me.
What?
All me.
You're balling out here.
Yeah, I'm the governor.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fighting against police brutality, police terror, and police killing. I'm a surviving victim of police brutality. In 2013, 3 police officers jumped me and broke my leg.
What?
And kidnapped my son, and they had him for 9 years so far. They gave me 27 years for putting a naked picture on Facebook.
How do you keep a jacuzzi running all day? That's awesome.
I have a solar panel.
Wow.
I have electricity.
Whoa, can you take us on a tour of how you live?
Yeah, this is how I live. When I wake up in the morning, I usually comb my hair. People catch me with my hair because I live outside, so they like knocking on your door all early in the morning. But that's what I love about Skid Row. Community, friends, all kinds of people outside your door. You're not living in a brick wall. They can say, hey, Stephanie, you having a bad day sometimes? Just step outside your tent. You got to live in a tent, because living in a tent is better oxygen. You need the oxygen from outside. And God said live free off the land, so I decided to live homeless. I got everything.
Wow.
If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right.
So basically, if I understand this correctly, there was an incident with the police, and ever since then you've been here making things happen.
Yes, I have. I saw the police harassed. I seen them kill. They killed a guy in his tent. His name was Africa. And we just don't have any freedom here because it's a tent.
So do you think that they're all bad, or is it a mixture of them, or are there some guys that help out the community?
Talking about the police? You can't be a good cop in a bad gang. You gotta have a good team, like you two are good. I would think you're good, but if she was bad, would you want her on your team?
No.
Okay.
So how do you choose who your neighbors are?
I choose them very carefully.
I would imagine you have to.
I have to make sure they can fight because we're on Skid Row. You got to be a blood or a crip. You know, you got to be a gangster. You know, so that you can step up in front of anybody and get them off of the other person. You know, you can't be a weak link. But this is my domain.
Do you let anyone share your jacuzzi?
No, not since Corona.
Not even a hot date? Like if you invite them over for a hot date?
Well, if you clean it with some Clorox. I have a secret. I love Skid Row.
I love your energy. We hope you have a great rest of your day, okay?
Who are you?
My name is Tommy G.
Uh-huh. Where can we find you?
On YouTube at Tommy G.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we're nearing our adventure at Skid Row. We walked through many different streets, gotten different flavors at each place. Little frightening moments to get the heart rate going, but overall, I believe you can go anywhere in the world with good intentions and a good heart. Thank you, Skid Row, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. So it's unbelievable, I think, to realize how some live. You can't help but have compassion, and even though there's many different stories to be told, many different situations that people got here, it's fascinating and it's also very sad. And I don't know what the answer is, but I hope one day we can live in a world where things aren't like this. So something this makes me think is that if you don't spend your days being constantly hungry and constantly thirsty, what a blessing that is, because I think it's something like 1 billion people, probably more than that. I'll post the number, but a tremendous amount of people live with water insecurity, food insecurity, and I can't imagine living like that. So being in the position you are, well fed, lots of water, access to water and food, it's a blessing. So something to be grateful for.